All right, let's talk about another story. Derrick Henry, obviously a big boulder, man. He's every year is a highlight of him stiff arming somebody every week. I feel like I see all the highlights. Derrick Henry in Tennessee. Uh, is he going to be traded? Because I've heard maybe Julian wants to bring this up with trade rumors, but I'm hearing that they're not trying to shop him in Tennessee. He's 29 years old. He has $16 million cap, which is the second highest among running backs. I'll go to you, Julian. How do you feel about Derrick Henry as a player going forward? I mean, he's a little bit older. 29 for a running back. That's old. You're old.
Man, I feel like for the past 2 years, I'm like, how much longer can he keep it up with? How much longer can he keep this up? And then the next year he drops like 1,500 yards. Like I've been saying this for like 2 to 3 years. I'm like, how long can he keep this up with? How long can he keep it? I don't know. $16 million is a big hit for a team to pick up on for a running back. But I can also see the side of Derrick Henry but I could also see the side of Derrick Henry like, man, I don't want to be a part of this sorry ass team. Like the Tennessee Titans are going to suck next year. They're going to be terrible.
Yeah.
Like that rookie that they just drafted, Malik Willis, or what was it? Whatever his name was. You're probably never going to see that man's never going to touch the field again. He was terrible. They're going to probably end up drafting out of this class if possible. Tannehill's done. They've lost Tennessee's been having a fire sale. They got rid of Bud Dupree. They got rid of a lot of people. So I'm not entirely surprised if they can, if they want to trade Derrick Henry, and Derrick Henry also wants to trade. Because one, I think Titans are just trying to hit the reset button, get rid of all that money and free that cap space. $60 million is a huge hit for a running back. I mean, you can get a top tier offensive lineman for that money. But the problem is getting somebody who want to take on that contract. So I don't think it's going to happen. I think he's probably going to play it out unless they can work some magic over there, with some like massaging the cap. But I think both sides want it. I just don't think they realistically can, because it's just too much money for, like you said, a 29-year-old running back who's been taking, even though he's massive, he's been taking hits.
He's strong.
And
he's
how
strong.
And how
More strong.
and you have to ask the question, how much longer can you take that? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And if you're going to go to a good team doesn't have the cap space to put in $16 million on a running back.
I definitely agree with you guys saying. Right, I agree with y'all, but have we seen regression yet?
I mean,
we're trying to predict regression, but have we seen it? He's proven us wrong every single season. Exactly. So, with other players, right, and how the league is, right, you can kind of have this sense of doubt. But we're talking how he's performing right now at his age, right? Let's say, forget the number, right? Age is just a number. Look at his numbers. Or do you still think it's too risky to pick that up, even with his numbers being so low?
He's a big guy. He runs hard. He's a fucking linebacker playing running back, essentially. I mean, at some point, injury is going to be a factor, right? He did sit out a couple games, but he did come back. Production levels, I mean, how as a team, how long do you project him to continue this number? Like, you're like, oh, you had the best year. It's like, can you do that for like 10 years? Probably not. Like, can you be the best for 10 years? Like, you know what I mean? So as far as projections, and with the Tennessee Titans, I agree with Julian. The Titans, their backups, the guys they have behind them, are a bunch of no names, nobodies you never ever heard of. He is their star player. Ryan Tannehill, him, and then who else? So
that's why I think it's worth the risk for another team to go out and try to get him, especially if they're trying to make a run in the playoffs. He'd be a huge asset to any other team.
Yeah,
that needs a running back.
Yeah, but he comes a free agent in 2024. So, but I don't see a team because most likely if you're a good team, you're pretty tight on salary cap. I just don't see a team picking up that much money for a running back. Like, that just seems crazy. And like, you can always draft a guy who's going to play well. Like $16 million. How many top tier teams can afford that on a running back?
Well, if a team
you
picks
can do it
him
on a receiver or a lineman, or a defensive player, but like on a running back.
If a team picks him up, it's going to be a rental, right? Because if it's a end of a contract year, it's going to be a rental. We're going to rent you for whatever, 10 games or whatever the trade deadline is.
Yeah, but you still got to have the space to pick it up.
Yeah, you're right about that. It's got to be a team. Because I'm thinking of like now, Christian McCaffrey getting picked up by the from Carolina to San Francisco. That was an amazing move. Obviously the way the season ended, a whole ton of injuries on that game. But Christian McCaffrey has been productive. He's not only was he productive in Carolina, he was productive in San Francisco, and he was one of the guys that led him to the playoffs. So you're right. It has to be a team that has the space, Julian. But I think he can still play. Like, I don't know. I'm not going to project him like, oh, he's going to get a 10-year contract or something like that. That'll be crazy to insinuate.
No one's going to sign him long term for like 2-3 seasons.
If you want to rent him for a season, maybe some teams might want to rent him.
Okay, I'm actually reading here. So here I'll list off like all the people that Titans got rid of. By the way, they got rid of Taylor Lewan, Robert Woods, Zach Cunningham, Randy Bullock, Bud Dupree. Dupree alone freed up like $10 million in cap space. Tannehill's still on the team. I'm curious to see what they do. So and this is, by the way, the rumors are he's getting shopped at the combine right now. The Titans would pick up $6 million in that cap space if they're able to trade him, which would make $10 million based on whoever would to pick him up. So that's not that bad, I guess. Because if you're able to, if the Titans will cover that $6 million on that cap hit, then a team only has to take 10. I guess if you have that space, you do it.
It's a rental.
But if it was 16, if the team had to take up 16 entirely, then that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah. So what you just read, it's definitely realistic and could happen. And I agree with Gabe. Definitely gonna be a rental to make a Super Bowl push. Like someone's gonna take that. Like it's just wasted talent sitting on the Titans.
Listen,
like, yeah, we're talking numbers, we're talking money, but
if somebody's desperate enough, if you're close enough, you're like that team that's like, a player away,
like the Broncos.
Listen, you can be LA and
Broncos one player away.
Hey, listen,
you can be LA and go all in, throw all your chips on the table, and get this guy, and he'll be
like the Dolphins. Dolphins, all they need is a running back.
We've improved. I'm not gonna say this is the best running back core, but we've improved. Also, there's rumors that Chubb might be available. I don't know. Tyreek Hill is talking about, hey, come over here. Anyways,
Big Chubb.
We're not gonna talk about the Dolphins. Not
so
today.
Okay. Where do you see him going? Like just quick pick. Where would you see him going?
Man, see, I can't. I gotta do more research. I gotta do fucking the cap. I gotta do.
Just where do you want him to go? Don't worry about the cap. Where do you want him to go?
High level digging there for Gabe.
See, I feel like if he goes,
like, hold up, dude. I need like 2 weeks to prep for this. Like,
I gotta do more research on it.
You need a pie chart.
It's gotta be a team. Like I said, it's gotta be close. A team that's close enough that like they need running back help. But by the way, running backs are super replaceable. They get damaged. They get injuries all the time.
I got my pick.
They're usually a 2-team. Julian, I'm gonna go with you first because I'm just rambling. I don't have an answer.
Pick. I'll give him a pick. Buffalo Bills.
You know what?
In that cold weather.
Singletary has been very bad. I don't know if he's still there. I don't know his contract situation.
Yeah, they have no run game. It snows in Buffalo. You need to pound
somebody
the rock
hard.
in those
Somebody's
cold
gonna
weather
run,
games.
Just run hard through the middle. Stiff arm.
And you see, and that's exactly my thought process, right? I'm saying that you have this huge talent, and then you have a team who's in need of just something extra to get them to past that level, and it's the Buffalo Bills. That's exactly the team I was thinking, right? So the last few years they came up short. How many close games have they lost to? It came down to last possession, or it came down to one score game, and they just can't make it happen. Like there's only so much that Josh Allen can do, throwing to one or two receivers down the field, and they need to fix that run game.
You know what, Julian? That's a really good answer. I'm looking at the depth chart.
Thank you.
I see
Thank you.
Singletary, James Hook, Naheem Hines. That I could see it if they want to give away, because they're a win now. Last year, the Bills were win now. They're all about winning. I could possibly see it.
Honestly, them or maybe
I don't know if the money works,
Dolphins. Like I'm not even joking about the Dolphins thing. Like I think that could be a realistic. I mean, I don't know if you guys got the space for it, but you would know better than I. But
I don't see the Dolphins.
So
he's a good player. He's a nice player.
Needs a running back.
He's a nice player.
Playoff
It sounds like you don't want him.
Listen, we need a healthy quarterback. That's what the fuck we need in the Dolphins.
You need a quarterback.
Hey, I'm saying Tom is out there. I'm just saying. I don't know.
Tom's out there.
He's done.